your knees beneath your hips and your hands beneath your shoulders. You're going to raise opposite limbs just until they reach a height where they're fully extended from your torso. Make sure that you don't allow your hips to roll open to one side or the other as the weight shifts. Keep your gaze focused down on a point right beneath your forehead and try not to crane your neck. As you extend your limbs, exhale. Pushing through the floor with all 10 fingers, arch your back. Then, push through the ground and round your back. Move back and forth between the spinal flexion and extension, making sure to look up when you are arching your back and extending, and then looking down and tucking your chin under as you push away from the floor. Lay down on your side with your knees bent and stacked on top of one another. There should be 90 degrees between your calves and your hamstrings. Don't allow your legs to shift as you complete this movement. The aim is to try to get your shoulder blade to touch the ground as you rotate and open up to the other side. As you do this thoracic rotation, you want to try to keep your legs stationary. Exhale as you rotate open. Let your head follow your hand in the direction it moves. Find a stable surface upon which to elevate your feet. You will lay down on the floor, making sure there's no space between your lower back and the floor. Tilt your pelvis and flatten your back. Hands behind your head and a slight crunch. You will then begin to march one leg at a time, keeping the leg bent at the knee. You're trying to drive your knee into your chest. Point your fingertips toward the ceiling and ensure that there is no arch in your lower back and space between your lower back and the floor. Extending opposite limbs at the same time, allow your thumb to touch the floor and straighten out your leg completely, giving your quad a little squeeze as you extend. Place your arms about 45 degrees away from your body, with hands flat and all 5 fingers pressing in to the ground. Pelvic tilt so that you have a flat back before lifting off. Squeeze your glutes and lift, taking 2 seconds to come up, 1 to 2 seconds to hold, and then 2 seconds to come back down. Squeeze when you get up at the top, and then release as you come down. You want to ensure that you are not allowing your lower back to do the work in this exercise. To ensure that, flatten your back once you come down to the bottom every repetition before lifting up into the bridge. If your hamstrings begin to kick in, you can move your heels closer to your bum. On your knees, place your hands on an elevated surface, making sure that all 10 fingers are pressing into the surface. You're going to lower by bending your elbows and moving your shoulder blades closer together in retraction to get your chest close to the elevated surface. Notice that I'm not leading with my head and that there is no movement. Focus on a spot that is just right in front of you, directly on the floor, so that you're not craning your neck. And don't allow your neck to lead the movement. Coming up into a high plank with your wrists located underneath your shoulders. Extend your legs back, and then one leg at a time, march in. Don't only think about bringing your leg up toward your hands. Think about crunching in slightly as though you were trying to bring your knee into your chest so that you get to work your abdominals and not just your hip flexors. Make sure that you draw in your navel. So think about sucking your belly button in toward your spine, and don't allow your hips to dip.